Good evening, everyone. Pro learners, quickly join the Zoom meeting. So guys, I have already told you today we are gonna do a session of debate. So if you have any topic, feel free to share. On. कहने के बावजूद आप लोगों ने टॉपिक नहीं चूज किया। मैंने बोला था आफ्टरनून सेशन में कि आप लोग सोच के आइएगा, पर नहीं, है ना। हमारा तो कोई काम ही नहीं बनता, बस हमें क्लास ज्वाइन करनी है, यही हमारा काम है। इतना बड़ा काम हम कर रहे हैं।
Ma'am, can we talk about junk food?
डिबेट पे जंक फूड कैसे होगा? जंक
Like
नॉट
one team in favor of junk food or one in against.
ओके, आई थिंक जंक फूड वाला ना नेगेटिव में ज्यादा पॉइंट्स हैं, पॉजिटिव में सिर्फ 2-3 पॉइंट्स हैं, दैट इट कैन बी कुक्ड फास्ट, इट इज डिलीशियस, राइट।
Okay.
आई
Yes,
थिंक
ma'am.
ऐसा टॉपिक लेते हैं जिसमें हम पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव दोनों ही पॉइंट्स बता सके। सो ह्यूमन शुड और शुड नॉट ईट एनिमल्स। नाइस टॉपिक ना।
What, ma'am? Could you please repeat?
Humans should or should not eat animals. Okay, so let me write it down here. Let me divide you in two groups, should or should not wale. So guys, यहाँ पे हमारे पास मैं एक टॉपिक दे रही हूँ, ह्यूमंस शुड नॉट ईट एनिमल्स। ठीक है, अब मेरे पास दो टीम्स होंगी जिसमें एक जो टीम है वो अग्री करेगी स्टेटमेंट से, यस ह्यूमंस शुड नॉट ईट एनिमल्स एंड रीजंस देगी, और दूसरी टीम जो है वो डिसअग्री करेगी, नो आई डिसअग्री, ह्यूमंस शुड ईट एनिमल्स। ओके, तो यहाँ पे मैं अग्री लिख रही हूँ, टीम ए agree, or I can write should not. सेकेंड हमारी टीम बी होगी जो डिसअग्री करेगी, राइट। आपकी जो भी टीम आपको मिलेगी आपको उसी पे बोलना पड़ेगा, डिसअग्री whether you eat or not. Okay, अभी कोई हैंड रेज नहीं करेगा। फर्स्ट आई नीड टू डिवाइड यू इन ग्रुप। सबसे पहले हमारे टीम ए में आ गए हैं दीपेंद्र, टीम बी में हमारी फर्स्ट है ईशा। तो गाइज ये मत बोलिएगा कि मैम वी डोंट ईट, हाउ विल वी स्पीक, राइट। तो यही टास्क है आपका, यही समझिए टास्क है। फिर नेक्स्ट हमारे आगे प्रताप जो स्पीकिंग नहीं करते थे, मैं उनका नाम नहीं डाल रही हूँ, साजल, तरू, चीटी 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 चीटियों ने भी बड़ी जिंदगी खराब कर रखी है। नेक्स्ट वी हैव अमित और बाकी अभी किसी ने ज्वाइन नहीं किया है. जैसे जैसे स्टूडेंट्स ज्वाइन करेंगे आई विल कीप एडिंग. ओह कृष्णा, सॉरी माय बैड. कृष्णा, अमित, दीपेंद्र, ईशा, कृष्णा, सुजाता, साजिद, तरूर. यहाँ पे हम रखते हैं हम सुजाता को नेक्स्ट में. चलिए guys, please start gathering some points and raise your hands if you wish to speak. I hope everything is clear here, the topic and everything. Do not get confused. The topic is very simple. Humans should not eat animals. यहाँ पे जो हमारी टीम E A है वो इस statement से agree करेगी और बोलेगी yes, humans should not eat, and they will give some reasons. Team B इसी topic को disagree करेगी that humans should eat animals and the points. Okay, they'll add some reasons and points to it. So let's see who's raising the hand first. Come on. So Krishna. Krishna is from team B. Okay, Krishna, go ahead.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
I think we shouldn't eat animals because
कृष्णा, आप disagree वाली टीम में हैं. आप अभी भी कंफ्यूज हो रहे हैं आप लोग. टॉपिक समझिए फिर से. ये वाली टीम है जो अग्री करेगी, सो ये जाएंगे should not पे. should not. आपकी टीम should वाली है, that humans should eat animals.
okay, then
Please don't get confused here.
we should eat animals because they are rich source of vitamin B and vitamin D and protein as compared to veg diet. And second thing, it is if everyone will eat veg, then non-vegetarian people are making balance. If everyone will eat veg, then
who will eat?
Then rest people will what if I don't know what to say. Okay, and ma'am, I think in non-vegetarian, I think there are so many options. Keema, biryani, keema, I don't know, but there are so many options are there.
Well, yes. All right, very good point. So next we have Amit from the team shouldn't. Yes, Amit.
Yes, ma'am. Humans should not eat any animals. Yes, ma'am. Like also animals have family. They have also like many people many people eat God. So they have also them child, like what we call ma'am God.
Goat.
Child.
Kid, K-I-D, kid.
Kid, yes. They were also kid. And yesterday I saw a picture, one monkey. So one car driver also hit monkey, and they hug her kids. So they and I saw that time don't drive like that type. Don't do driving that type, like, because of they have also family. So I think shouldn't eat humans shouldn't eat animals because also they have soul, and they hurt whenever like many people cut them. So I saw them in like whenever cut them and whenever cut animals. So I saw them that time I feel very dead. I feel very sad because of like 10 to 15 minutes. तड़पना मैम क्या बोलेंगे मैम?
तड़पना, shivering, और
Yes,
क्या?
ma'am. So that 10 to 15 minutes they shivering. They are shivering. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, so very good point made by Amit that they also have family, so we should not, or humans should not eat them. Very well done. Next we have.
So that 10 to 15 minutes they shivering. They are shivering.
ये
Okay, ma'am.
आवाज से आ
Thank
रही
you,
है? One second. Yes. So now next we have एक मिनट, दीपेंद्र आप कौन सी टीम के हैं? Okay, दीपेंद्र is from team A, तो आप नहीं बोल सकते. सुजाता is also from team A. Team B का कोई भी नहीं है, guys. Nobody is raising the hand. Taru, what happened? Yes, go ahead. Or Isha, whoever wants to go.
Is Isha raising her hand?
No, she is not. Actually, you go ahead. She has.
Okay, ma'am. So my point.
Isha, you are not audible. I think you are trying to speak. Your mic is unmute, but you are not audible at all. Okay? Yeah. Taru, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. So my point is, it is a cycle that nature has made, and we should not disturb it. As we can also see in animals, there are different kinds of animals like carnivores, herbivores, omnivores. Why are they? If everyone should eat grass, but they don't. They also eat grass, and also they eat other animals because it's very necessary. Like for us, for example, if we do some job, we have to retire someday. Otherwise, no one can take our place until or unless someone is dead. So it's very necessary to retire and take some other place, because otherwise, otherwise the crisis will be there. Like if there would be rule that no one can retire until or unless they're dead. So how new people
They
can
are
take
dead.
place?
They are dead.
They are dead. So how new people and new generation find job for themselves? So it's a cycle, and we should not disturb that cycle.
Very good point. Next, we have Sujata from team A.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, we should not eat animals because animals also have the right to live on the earth, because they also have the feelings like humans. They also get hurt. If we kill animals, if we eat animals, imbalance occurs in our nature. Yeah, ma'am. Some more points after that I'll add, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Guys, the problem is that team B se only 2 students are speaking. Krishna or Isha is not speaking. Taroop. My पास team B में कम है students. अब बाकी students join ही नहीं कर रहे हैं. Isha, you are not audible.
I'm not audible.
नहीं.
Ma'am, one more point, ma'am. Tarup said it is necessary to eat animals. They have to retire, but we are raising animals for eating only. We are we are establishing farms to raise the animals, to eat animals.
Yes.
They also have the life and they get pains. This is not correct, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
I think Dharmik and Sachin, you are only talking in the comment box when you can join the class. So it's better to join the class if you wish to say anything. Comments will likhna, it's very easy, but the real task is joining the class and speaking like other students. All right, next we have Dipendra.
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, ma'am. Some people wants to eat
People
animals because they want to have a
people
taste. Want. Some
want
people want to. Yeah, ma'am. Because ma'am, they have also family or one of like sad or friend. So ma'am, they get hurt. You know, eating animals is an. You have a really option, ma'am. I have read an article where in a Forbes where almost each year approx is close to 100 billion animals are killing because they want to eat animals, which is really bad thing because you have option to eat like vegetables instead of like eating animals, because you are giving heart to them because they have also a right. If I'm going to say in a one word, because in one word, this is a clear overview that you are playing a violation against animals, and also you are creating an environment against the animals that which is a really bad thing, as my opinion. So I think we should leave other things as instead of eating animals. And I have seen many places that is just talking about my country. Cow is a national animal of our country, and why people are still eating cow and talking about some of animals which its countries, national bird, or you can say national animal, but still people are eating. So which is not a good thing. Ma'am, yeah, ma'am. Thank you. I'm not getting any point right now.
Okay. Next we have Amit.
Yes, ma'am. Tarup spoke, ma'am. I don't agree with Tarup because of Tarup spoke, ma'am. Animal also eat animal, but they have no knowledge what is animal and what is vegetable. Human have lots of knowledge what is vegetable, and then then they eat animal. So this is very bad, ma'am. So I don't agree with Tarup. Okay, ma'am.
All right, good point, Amit. Next we have who would like to. इसलिए मैं बोलती हूँ कि आप लोग ना अपना थोड़ा सा इजी वाला टॉपिक अगर मुझे बताएंगे, we can go ahead with that. अपना कोई हैंड रेज करे ना, I don't think किसी के पास पॉइंट है, right?
Ma'am,
कैसे होगा? Yes, Tarun.
may I give some other one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought, ma'am, nowadays many people thinking like we don't have need to.
Like
they don't think like they need teachers. They can learn by their own selves, on their own,
on their
by
by themselves, own selves.
by themselves. Yes, ma'am, by themselves. So can we do debate on this?
Yeah, which is better knowledge and experience. Also, you can have a debate on this.
Okay, Dipendra.
Like nowadays, because of computer and
Ma'am,
internet.
ma'am, also the topic government school based or private school, private.
We have done this topic already, Amit, private or गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स.
Yes.
इसके अलावा हमने ये अभी जो दीपेंद्र ने बताया है नॉलेज वर्सेस एक्सपीरियंस, इट्स अ गुड टॉपिक, बट इतने स्टूडेंट्स हैं ही नहीं क्लास में कि डिबेट हो सके, क्योंकि प्रॉपर स्टूडेंट्स आएंगे नहीं. अमित, दीपेंद्र, कृष्णा, साजल इज नॉट स्पीकिंग, सुजाता, तरु, ओनली 5 स्टूडेंट्स आर देयर. तो ये इक्वली नहीं हो पा रही है, दो ग्रुप्स बन ही नहीं पा रहे हमारे. सो लीव,
So ma'am,
नहीं करिए, leave.
we can
Yes,
do.
yes, ma'am. Also, we have a less time, so you can go for individual topic.
We can go ahead with conversation. Conversation में
Ma'am,
अभी हमारे पास half an hour है, so 10-10 मिनट भी अगर आप 15-15 मिनट भी करते हैं, so that would be great.
could we do, ma'am, some learning? Like as you said, you have lots of topics to teach us.
Yes, I have, but तरु बात speaking नहीं हुई, कल भी dialogues की वजह से speaking नहीं हो पाई थी.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
If you want to go ahead with something, I don't have any problem. मुझे ढूंढना पड़ेगा content. We can do a reading lesson. So reading में आप लोग read भी कर सकते हैं. Okay? So I'm sharing the screen quickly here. All right. So reading lesson है हमारा from the War of the Worlds. चलिए. One by one you can read these slides. Someone please read. अब मैं नाम दूं.
War of the Worlds. Read the passage from the War of the Worlds and answer the questions that follow. I found a little crowd of perhaps 20 people surrounding the huge hole in which the cyl- in which the cylinder lay. I have already described the appearance of the colossal bulk embedded in the ground. The turf and gravel about it seemed charred, ma'am, charred
Yes. Chart.
as if by a sudden explosion. No doubt its impact had caused a flash of fire. Henderson and
Henderson and Ogilvy.
Okay, ma'am. Henderson and Ogilvy were not there. I think they perceived that nothing was to be done for the present and had gone away to breakfast at Henderson's house. There were four or five boys sitting on the edge of the pit, with their feet dangling and amusing themselves. Dangling and amusing themselves until I stopped them by throwing stones at the giant mass. After I had spoken to them about it, they began playing at touch in and not in and out of the group of bystanders.
Yes. So guys, यहाँ पे colossal का meaning क्या है? Extremely large और extremely great. बहुत बड़ा. Embedded means fixed firmly and deeply in a surrounding mass. Implanted, जमीन में गड़ा हुआ. Embedded in the ground. उसके बाद shard. Shard means burnt and blackened. बिल्कुल काला, जला हुआ. Someone else please read.
Ma'am.
Yes, Amit.
Yes. Among these were a couple of cyclists. Among these were a couple of cyclists, a gardener I employed sometimes, a girl with a baby, Greg. Greg, right, ma'am?
Greg.
Greg the butcher and his little boy. Greg.
And three
Greg,
daughters and
little boy, and Cindy Lockfalls and girl.
Amit,
Caddies who were
आपकी आवाज बहुत कट रही है, Amit. Someone else please read.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes,
Among these were a couple of cyclists, a gardener I employed, sometimes a girl with a baby, Greg the butcher and his little boy, and three loafers and golf caddies who were accustomed to hang about the railway station. There was very little talking, few of the most common anything but the vaguest astronomical ideas in those days. Most of them were staring quietly at the big table-like end of the cylinder, which was still as Ogilvy and Henderson had left it. Some went away while I was there, and other people came. I clambered into the pit, and henceforth I heard a faint movement under my feet. The top had suddenly ceased to rotate. It was only when I got this close to it, that the strangeness of this object was
strangeness of this object was at all evident.
evident to me at the first glance. It was really no more exciting than an overturned carriage or a tree blown across the road. Not so much so, indeed, it looked like a rusty gas float. It required a certain amount of scientific education to perceive that great scale of the thing was no common affair. That alloy is white metal. That ma'am, strangeness. Yes. Okay, ma'am.
समझ में आ रहा है आप लोगों को क्या बात चल रही है यहाँ पे? Please read, Krishna.
Gleamed in the crack between the lead and the cylinder had a unfamiliar hue, extra terrestrial, had no meaning for most of the onlookers at that time. It was quite clear in the own mind that the thing had come from the planet Mars, but I did improbable that it contained an living creature. I thought the unscrewing might be automatic. In spite of Ogilvy, I still believed that there were men in Mars. My mind ran fancifully on the possibilities of its containing manuscripts, on the difficulties in translation in that might arise, whether we should find coins and models in it, so forth. Yet it was a little
too large for assurance. Krishna, are you there?
I'm sorry, I got a call between.
No problem.
Too large for assure on this idea, I felt an impatience to see it opened about 11 as nothing seemed happening. I walked back full of such thoughts to my home in Maybury, but I found it difficult to get to work upon my abstract investigations.
So guys, the difficult words here: gleam means shine brightly, especially with reflected light. Hue is a color or shade. Improbable means not likely to be true or to happen. Next. Who will read?
Should I continue?
Yes, Krishna, as no one else is interested.
In the afternoon, the appearance of the common had altered very much. The earlier edition of the evening papers had startled London with enormous headlines. Masses received
Enormous, बहुत बड़ी, enormous headlines.
enormous
Message
headlines
received from Mars, remarkable story from walking.
and so forth. In addition, Ogilvy buyer to
Ogilvy's writer to the astronomical.
astronomical changes had roused every observatory in the three kingdoms. There were half of dozen flies or more from the walking station standing in the road by the basket chairs from Coba, Cobham and a rather lord, lordly carriage. Beside that, there was quite a heap of bicycles. In addition, a large number of people must have walked in spite of the heat of the day from walking and curiosity, so that there was altogether quite a considerable crowd, one or two grayly dressed ladies among the others.
Yes. So guys, here we have the difficult words altered. Altered means change in character or composition. Typically in a comparatively small but significant way. And rouse mean cause to stop sleeping. Okay, rouse ekdam jagna. And here comes the last reading part. Please read. I'll be back in a moment. I don't know why I'm having this trouble in my. Please read.
Ma'am. It was glaringly hot, not a cloud in the sky, nor a breath of wind, and the only shadow was that of the few scattered pine trees. The burning heather had been extinguished, but the level ground towards Uttershaw was blackened as far as one cloud sea, and still giving off vertical streamers of smoke. An enterprising sweet stuff dealer in the Cobham Road had sent up his with a barrow load of green apples and gingerbread. Going to the edge of the pit, I found it occupied by a group of about half a dozen men. Henderson, Ogilvy, and a tall, fair-haired man that I afterwards learned was Stent. The astronomer royal, with several workmen wielding
spades and pickaxes.
Wielding spades and
Pickaxes.
pickaxes.
Hmm.
Stent was giving directions in a clear, high-pitched voice. He was standing on the cylinder, which was now evidently much cooler. His face was crimson and streaming with
perspiration.
perspiration, and something seemed to have irritated him.
Yes. So, guys, can someone explain what we are talking about here? What are these 5 slides about? Then we'll move to the questions. बताइए. नो आइडिया, किसी को भी समझ में नहीं आया. गाइस, हम यहाँ पे एक वॉर की बात कर रहे हैं और एक जो पर्सन है वो उस वॉर को एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है कि वॉर में क्या क्या हो रहा है. ठीक है, आपने इस नॉवल पे या इस बुक पे एक टॉम क्रूज की मूवी है वॉर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, सेम नाम है उसका, द वॉर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. उसमें ऐसे क्रीचर्स होते हैं जो आसमान से आते हैं और दुनिया मतलब जितनी भी चीजें होती हैं जमीन को उसे तबाह कर देते हैं. सो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द सेम थिंग हियर कि कैसे क्या हुआ. इस सिलेंड्रिकल शेप वाले जो भी क्रीचर्स हैं दे आर फ्रॉम मार्स, जो कहा गया था उस टाइम पे जितना लोगों को समझ में आया. सो ये आई थिंक तो ये फैंटेसी है क्योंकि ऐसा कभी दुनिया में हुआ नहीं है. सो इट्स फिक्शन, किसी की सोच है, उन्होंने लिखी है. किसकी है? H.G. Wells. He's the writer of this story. So guys, let's talk about the question. Answer the following questions. The story, The War of the Worlds, is told from the point of view of, किसके point of view से आपको story बताई गई है? Ogilvy, an explorer from Mars, Henderson, और an unnamed witness. बताइए कौन story बता रहा है, किसके point of view से आपको story मिली है ये?
D.
कोई बोल रहा है, आवाज नहीं आ रही.
Yes, ma'am. The option D.
The Rube. Yes, the option D is the correct answer. All right. Next question है हमारा. Why did Ogilvy and Henderson most likely leave the scene? अगर आपने ध्यान से पढ़ा होगा तो उसमें वो होते नहीं है scene में, right? तो why? Please read the options and answer. They were horrified. They felt that nothing could be done yet. ये explain भी किया गया है first slide में. They were searching for playing children, or they felt bothered by the large crowd. Yes, Krishna, you are raising your hand.
They felt bothered by large crowd.
Anyone else would like to answer this?
Ma'am, could you please explain once?
So यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है, अगर आप ये first slide दोबारा पढ़ेंगे, जहाँ पे है, yes, Henderson and Ogilvy were not there. I think they perceived that nothing was to be done for the present. So your answer is B. They felt that nothing could be done yet. Saru, why are you asking something? क्योंकि आपकी आवाज बहुत ही हल्की आ रही है. Hello, hello, hello. Tarup, I was waiting for you, but you are not saying anything. Which of these statements best expresses the theme of the story? Guys, theme of the story क्या है? True friends are hard to find. It's important to know yourself. Life can be explained simply, or crowds love exciting events.
Ma'am, the first one.
No, the answer is D. Crowds love exciting events.
Ma'am,
Right, guys. Next we
now
have
am
question
I,
number 4. Yes, Taru.
ma'am, I was telling, could you please explain once what is the story?
Taru, the story is about some creatures, and
Yes,
as you
ma'am.
can see here, the creatures are shown in the photos here, right? The War of the Worlds, H.G.
Yes,
Wells.
ma'am.
And the story is being told by an unnamed person. Sanjay Singh, why your video is on when you are not even wearing your shirt? Stop video. Yes. So it is the story of these creatures, the War of the Worlds. And this is not the complete story. It's these are some parts of the story. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Wrong with my eyes. Yes. So I think you are still confused. Next question is, the mood the author creates in the first paragraph of the story is best described as curious. Next is, which word best describe the reaction of the narrator has to the boys near the pit? Annoyance. And then according to the story, why were the people in the crowd so quiet at first? Because they did not know much about spaceships. So these are the spaceships that they see in the war. Right? These spaceships, here you can see, I cannot zoom it, but yeah, you can see here and here. Right? And last two questions, which part of the words pair, which pair of the word best fits the thing as it is described in the passage? Mysterious and otherworldly, क्योंकि हमारे वर्ल्ड की वो चीज ही नहीं है, something they think is from Mars. And what happened right after the news made the London headlines? The huge crowd or a huge crowd appeared at the pit. So this was all about the reading part. Central memory. Right. So I believe आप लोगों को ज्यादा कुछ समझ में नहीं आया है, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
तरुण, मेरे पास जो हेलो लर्नर का कंटेंट है वो ऐसा ही कुछ है.
Yes, ma'am. Can you show, ma'am, what are other things there?
वेरी गुड. ये हमने राइटिंग अ स्केरी स्टोरी करा था. ये पोइट्री टेक्स्ट है. पोइट्री, formative writing, research projects, argumentative essay writing, reading comprehension, vocabulary exposition, writing a microfiction, email writing, composition, building a mystery, summarizing, punctuation, theme lesson, reading lesson जो मैंने अभी आपको कराया है, punctuation, internationalization of vocabulary, common Greek and Latin affixes and roots, direct and indirect speech, reading comprehension, conditionals, transformation of sentences, plot, how to write a paragraph, capitalization, punctuation and spellings, analyzing dramas or poems, form, structure, characterization, interpret figures of speech, poetic devices, don't forget me Nana, ye bhi reading hai. Readers theater part 1, part 2, phrasal verbs, reading, leading group discussions. So good. Icing an interview, types of conflict, icing acing the interview, model auxiliaries, ये सब है. Worship in historical काफी सारे हैं. मैं थक जाऊंगी सबके नाम लेते लेते.
Yes, ma'am.
ये वाला अच्छा था, it's super bad for you. Next time ये वाला करेंगे. All right, so I believe guys that is all for